Hello and welcome back to Nerd News Today, Toy Fair 2021. And today, joining us on the other side of the screen, he is the marketing supervisor over at Diamond Select Toys. Today, we're joined by Mr. Zach Oat. Zach, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Every year we've done videos together, and you're on camera with me. To this day, I still get comments of that man's sideburns are amazing, and that is not a lie. It's still very true.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was working on a quarantine beard, but I decided to shave it off for the occasion.
Well, thank you so much for that. I feel very, very honored. So you guys are always like one of our earliest stops at Toy Fair as early as possible because you guys always have an enormous booth filled with stuff. So I'm very extra sad this year. I'm not gonna be able to see it in person. No one's gonna be able to see it in person. But thank you for coming on and being willing to chat about what's new with Diamond Select this year in 2021.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Happy to talk about stuff.
So first question we're asking everybody during this virtual Toy Fair, Zach, what was your favorite toy growing up as a kid?
Oh gosh. I was pretty evenly split between GI Joe, A Real American Hero, and Transformers. Gosh, I don't know. I had a Lieutenant Falcon GI Joe that I took with me everywhere. He was great. He had the backpack with the antenna and the knife that stuck into a little sheath, and a big shotgun. And for I think my mom held off on getting us military toys for a while, but once I did, I was all in on GI Joe. So he was probably my favorite to carry around at all times. I watched the shows GI Joe and Transformers religiously.
Of course, we are filming this as the COVID-19 pandemic is continuing to rage on. It's affecting a lot of things that are far more important than toys, but for folks like myself, toys are pretty darn important. So, how has COVID-19 affected what you guys are doing over at Diamond?
We did take a month off from offering things at the height of it back in the spring. For the most part, things are back to normal. The staff is still here for the most part. We're still offering stuff every month through the previews catalog. Maybe not as many items. Before we would have anywhere from 15 to as many as 20 items sometimes. But now we're trying to stay in the 10 to 12 item range, just so we're not overwhelming the retailers who are ordering from us. Other than that, we've canceled a couple items that were lower orders just because we weren't confident that they were going to sell through, in this new environment. But that's been relatively rare. That's it. We're pretty much back up to speed. I think there's definitely been there have been reports coming out that the 2020 was one of the best years for toys in a long time, up 16% overall. Not just collectibles, obviously, but we've shifted a lot more of our attention to our online retailers are still doing well, and we're trying to boost our online sales as well through we just relaunched our website, so it's got a new interface, and we ship internationally now. So we're trying to reach out to those customers as well who aren't necessarily going out to the stores.
Yeah, I was recently on the website and I was just amazed at how great it looked because it had been the same thing for many, many years now. And so the new interface you guys have, really, really beautiful looking, very simple to use, very easy, very intuitive also. So hats off for doing that.
Great,
And
thank you.
I think it's worth also noting that despite this being like the pandemic, despite it being a pretty crazy time, you guys also began your Disney Store exclusives during this, which is amazing. So yeah, how's that been going for you guys?
Good. Disney Store is a great partner. We've been doing Marvel Select with them for a while, and this year we started with not only Star Wars Select, but also Star Wars galleries, and we also released our first Marvel gallery piece through them. Galleries being our PVC dioramas in that $50 price point. And yeah, we've had a great response to the Select Star Wars Select. We have more coming. I don't think we're ready to reveal that yet. Disney Store likes to time their announcements to when stuff's on sale. So we do have two more figures in the works that are going to be going up on sale at some point. We have another gallery, Star Wars gallery, in the works. And I'm not sure about Marvel galleries right now, but we did just release a Marvel gallery through Walmart for the first time as well.
And which figure is that going at Walmart? It's the Deadpool, right?
Yes, Deadpool movie gallery. Yeah.
It's very cool. And when those Star Wars select figures came out too, I was blown away and I ordered those immediately. And I think that's some of the best work you guys have done. And that's saying a lot. 'Cause you guys do some pretty great work, but I thought the Star Wars stuff was just, piece de la resistance. And now I know you can't really say much about who's next, but can you maybe tell us how many we can expect to see coming out in 2021 or what the plan is for each year with select figures?
Not 100% sure about quantity, but I believe if the two figures are coming out about when I think they are, then there may be another two coming out before the end of the year. Um, so I'm not 100% sure about that. But as far as I know, we're going to keep rolling them out for as long as Disney is interested. And I think the sales on the first two did well enough that they're still interested. So the next two are, I think it's safe to say, I think it's okay for me to say that they're both original trilogy. We'll see those two coming up, I believe spring or summer. And then we'll see what happens fall and winter. I actually don't know what the next two in the line are.
All right, well, I cannot wait to see it myself because they're really, really good looking figures. And just recently, actually, I reviewed the Thanos figure you guys did from the Infinity War for the kind of like your comic slash movie combination version. I thought that was an amazing toy as well. So yeah, I mean, things are really, really getting much, much more interesting this year. I got to say, like, I've really been enjoying seeing the evolution of the figures because we should know, you have been kind enough to send us pretty much 95% of anything Diamond that we're reviewing on this channel here. And just watching from when we first began doing reviews to like where we are now, I feel like you guys have really listened to fan feedback. There's been a lot of changes that I've really enjoyed. There's a lot of toys we're going to talk about. I think we should jump right in because I'm super excited to see what's going to happen in 2021. And let's kick things off with one of the big announcements you guys had at Toy Fair 2020, and that's Lord of the Rings figures. So where are we at in terms of Lord of the Rings? What are the plans for this year with those toys?
We've solicited Series 1 and 2. Series 2 is Frodo with the Ring Wraith. Series 1 should be shipping late February, early March. I have a pair of samples for Series 1, Legolas and Gimli, coming to me right now. I think it got sent out yesterday, so I may have it today or tomorrow. And I'm going to take some more pictures because I know that collectors have been wanting to see more images. Right now, there's only been the pictures from New York Toy Fair and the solicitation images, which were a little static and didn't necessarily have all the accessories there. So I'll be able to show off all the accessories they come with and to show the range of movement and that sort of thing for Gimli and Legolas in the next week or so. And then Frodo and Ringwraith, I'm not sure how far off samples are, but I believe we're still looking at a summer release for them. So I expect we'll solicit Series 3. I think I saw them on the schedule. We're going to solicit them in the next month or so, and then I think in late March, possibly. And then we'll have those out by the end of the year, and then you'll be able to build Sauron.
Yeah, I cannot wait to build the Sauron. That was like such an amazing piece when you guys showed that at Toy Fair, in fact. So is the Build-A-Figure going to continue with future Lord of the Rings waves as well?
I have not heard if Series 4 will kick off the start of a new Build-A-Figure. We have a Series 4 planned. I know what characters. I think I know the characters that are in it. Not quite ready to announce that yet. But we are also doing a gallery for Lord of the Rings, which should be more or less in scale to the figures. So you'll get to see a larger character in gallery format, not necessarily in Build-A-Figure format. Not to say I don't know for sure that the Build-A-Figure format is ending, but we will also do gallery, at least one gallery to supplement the line.
And another series that you guys did last year that was continuing to this year is the Avatar: The Last Airbender series. That was one of our favorites in 2020. So where are we at with that now? I know you guys also have gallery statues coming out of that too. So can you kind of tell us what's going on this year with Avatar?
We just solicited the third gallery diorama, which is Zuko. So Katara is still up for pre-order, and Zuko is now. Aang came out. He sold out really fast, so I haven't had a chance to get my hands on one. But Aang came out in the last month or so, and for the action figures, series 1 and 2 are out at Specialty and at Walgreens. We do a basic version for Walgreens with the larger effects pieces are exclusive to the specialty stores. And series 3, I think we also just got in samples of those. Nickelodeon has them now. They're going to be taking some pictures and sharing them, I believe. So series 3 should come out this spring. We changed the packaging. It's not the select packaging that series 1 was in at first. We reissued series 1 in a more what we're calling the deluxe packaging. It's similar to the Walgreens packaging, but it has room for more accessories. So series 1 re-release and the series 2 were in the deluxe packaging, and series 3 will be as well. There will be Walgreens figures for series 3 also.
Is that deluxe packaging kind of like what you did with the Castlevania figures?
Yes, it is. We did select Castlevania, and then we did for, I think it was for GameStop. I think they got the deluxe packaging. So if you saw the Castlevania figures at GameStop or Avatar Series 2, then it's that packaging. It's a window box. I think it's slightly bigger than the Walgreens packaging.
So I know that a lot of folks have been saying, where's Sokka, where's Suki, where's Iroh, and I'm sure you can't really say much about it. But I want to throw in my head here just for a suggestion, and I would love it if you guys did a Build-A-Figure with these Avatar figures as well. I want to build an Appa. Can we make that happen? Is that a possibility?
I want an Appa too. I'm hoping that if the line keeps going strong, maybe we can do like an Appa vinyl bank or something like that. That would be really cool. It's a good way to get a big, bulky character out there. He'd be hollow. You could put money in him. It'd be fantastic. But we'll have to see how that goes.
So let's jump into the world of Marvel now as well, because that's one of my favorite things that you guys do. And I'd like to kick it off with some of the busts because I've been really enjoying those X-Men animated series busts. And I know you guys have the Spider-Man animated series coming out soon as well. So can you update us on what's going on with the animated series busts?
Let's see. We've solicited Rogue and Gambit, and I think the next one we solicit will be Sabretooth. I know we also have a Mysterio that we developed and showed at New York Toy Fair. I'm not sure where he falls on the schedule for the Spider-Man series, but Rogue, Gambit, and Sabretooth will be next. I think last one we released was Deadpool. So Magneto, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Cyclops are all out now. And Deadpool just released, and yeah, those three will be next. I haven't seen designs beyond that, but I have to imagine that if the line continues to do well, that we'll move on to characters like Storm and Jubilee and Beast, who a lot of people have been asking for. So maybe even Professor X. Not sure.
And so, in terms now also of the select figures, I know that you solicited the Silver Centurion Iron Man not that long ago, as well as a new Hulk figure. So, what's the update on those two guys? And are there plans for additional Marvel select figures this year?
Yes, I think Hulk will be arriving fairly soon. I think within the next month or so, we'll see Hulk. Silver Centurion should be a little after that. Titanium Man will be after that. We're going to be soliciting another movie figure very soon, I think in the next month or so. And we have another couple comic characters that we are going to be offering as well. Disney Store also, I failed to mention earlier, Disney Store has a few more Marvel Select figures as well on the schedule for this year. I know of at least three or four. So there will be more Disney Store releases as well.
And so, aside from the figures, what can you tell us about any Marvel Select Gallery diorama pieces that you guys are doing this year?
Marvel Gallery, we've got a bunch of them upcoming. We just launched the Marvel Versus line, which we showed a lot of them at New York Toy Fair. But we didn't actually even show all of them. So we just solicited Captain America and Wolverine. I think one of the next ones is going to be Dark Phoenix, who we have not shown except I think in one ad that ran in previews. So I don't know if many people have seen that picture at all. But we're going to be doing a Dark Phoenix, and then we've got the other figures in line: Spider-Man, Vision, who I can't wait to see the Vision one. I assume everybody's been watching WandaVision, and yeah, there's also some more that we showed there at New York Toy Fair that we haven't even gotten to yet: Bishop and Nova. So we've got a big backlog of them to work through. We definitely had a big presence at New York Toy Fair with them. So hopefully all of them will see the light of day. Some of them, there were a couple that didn't have really strong orders, so we ended up not going forward on a couple of them. But there's a couple there that I really am personally hoping to see, like Nova and Bishop.
Same here. I would love to see a Nova statue. That would be really cool to see. I don't think anyone's done Nova in quite some time, so that would be cool to see you guys do that.
We've gotten a lot of fan letters about it, saying, "Hey, when's that Nova going to be out?" So yeah, there's not a lot of Nova stuff.
I should add. I'm excited about both Novas, but which Nova are we talking about here? Because there's Fiery Herald Nova, and then there's Nova Core Nova.
This is a Richard Rider Nova, although that other Nova would also be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you guys have, of course, a ton of other licenses. I'm just going to kind of run down a few of my favorites that you guys have done. And one of those would be John Wick. And I got to tell you, like, when I got that John Wick action figure review last year, that was like such a surprise how popular it was because I feel like nobody was talking about it. And it's such an underrated figure. And yeah, the John Wick line has been really great in terms of figures and the statues, same thing. So what is new, if any, for John Wick this year?
We just released in the last month or so. We released the deluxe box set, which is him with the chest from the garage. And I don't know what we have in the pipeline for John Wick after that. I haven't seen any designs for new figures. At one point, we were going to look into doing other characters in the gallery line, but that didn't really pan out. So I'm not sure what the John Wick plans are right now, but I'll definitely keep you posted. I'm a big fan of the movie, so I'm hoping that we do some more stuff. But if we did, I think we had a pretty good run. We made three different galleries, and we made four different figures. Be nice to do a really high-end statue or something like that, but I haven't seen anything yet. But fingers crossed.
I think the John Wick stuff is very, very underrated, and I recommend anybody who's watching, if you haven't seen our review of the John Wick figures or the statues, do take a look at them. All really, really nice pieces. Another one also I'm really big fan of is Godzilla. You guys have done some excellent PVC statues with that stuff. I've got the Godzilla piece. I know you guys did Rodan as well. I believe King Ghidorah was shown last year at Toy Fair. So can you kind of give us an update on what's going on with Godzilla these days?
Yes, we had a slight price modification on two of the Godzilla pieces. So the Godzilla 1993 that pairs with Rodan, based on the movie poster for Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2. That Godzilla has been resolicited and is going to be coming out this spring or summer. And Ghidorah was also resolicited, and he's actually going to be coming out this spring. I think we already have production samples of him. So he should be coming out first, and then Godzilla 1993. And those will complete the two pairings that we had for Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2 and Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. So those two will recreate the two. Those four will recreate the two movie posters. I don't know what our next gallery is. I'm hoping that they're going to develop a new line of Vinimates, because the first two waves of Vinimates have done very well. So I'm hoping that we can do another wave with some more of the characters, including Ghidorah. Ghidorah would be fantastic to get as a Vinimate. And there's a lot of other versions of Godzilla we can do as well. I think we have the rights to Shin Godzilla. I'm not 100% sure about that. We're also working on some other product lines for them, which I can't announce those just yet. I don't think they are going to be announced anytime soon. But we do have another product line for Godzilla that we're going to be developing.
I think Vinny Mates would absolutely be a perfect fit for Godzilla, especially because you got so many monsters. That scale is great for it. So I'd love to see that too. Another one that I know you guys are very popular with is the Mortal Kombat series. I loved the Sub Zero. That's again another one of my favorites, 2020. I believe Katana is probably maybe out by now or about to be out very soon when we're doing this video. So yeah, tell us about what's going on in Mortal Kombat and maybe who we can expect to see as a new challenger this year?
Katana just hit, and we have pre-orders open for Scorpion in his look from Mortal Kombat 11, I believe, and Raiden, who's in his first game appearance. So those are both up for pre-order now. Not on our site. We're still working on pre-orders for our site, but you can get them through, the usual suspects: Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, or your local comic shop. I know we have a few other designs. I'm not sure who's next on the rollout, but they've been doing very well. Sub-Zero sold out. We're going to go back and make more of Sub-Zero. Katana, I think, is doing very well. She's probably on the way to selling out. So I think we're going to keep going with the gallery line. I don't know which of those designs was next. And honestly, I'm not a huge gamer guy, and I only know like the original Mortal Kombat lineups. It's such a huge lineup nowadays that I'm not even sure if I am familiar entirely with the characters that I've seen the designs for. So hopefully they're characters that fans have got a built-up demand for, because they're not ones that necessarily are the usual suspects in getting a lot of merchandise.
One of the big surprises that I saw recently announced from you guys was that you are doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that's a license that I believe you guys had done like quite some time ago with figures. So yeah, now you're starting with some Buffy gallery diorama pieces, and I know there's a lot of Buffy fans out there. So can you tell us what's new with Buffy this year? How deep is this line going to go?
I believe we have multiple additional characters planned for the gallery line, which has been getting a good response from Buffy fans. There's a great fan base. We worked with Buffy for a long time, probably before I came on board at DST. They were probably making Buffy toys for as much as almost a decade. It was a very long running line. Right now, we've got the Vinimates that are out now, the galleries. I believe we have more galleries in the works, and I wouldn't be surprised if we revisited some older products that we've done for Buffy. I can't talk too much about it now, but we are going to be launching another Buffy category in the next few months.
All right, we'll leave it at that. But I'm very excited to see what's going to be next with Buffy, because it feels like a very neglected property. The last time we had any figures, I think, that were newish was when Funko did their reaction figures, and those are trash. So I'm very excited to see somebody who can do something, really, really well with toys like you guys do with Buffy. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a line that we have a lot of love for and a lot of history with. I just recently started rewatching the season 1 just because it's been so many years. I don't know if I've rewatched them since I originally watched them, on TV. So I'm going back and I'm rewatching the series just to refamiliarize myself in case I got to start writing a whole bunch more bios for packaging.
Yeah, I just found out. I didn't realize this, but as a Star Trek fan, I love Doug Jones. I love him just about anything he does. But I didn't realize he was in Buffy as one of the gentlemen. And that's like one of the most creepy things I still remember to this day from my first watching of Buffy. I would love to get like a statue or something of him.
Yeah, I think we did action figures of them back in the day, but yeah, he's everywhere, that guy.
And since I brought up Doug Jones, I can't not discuss Star Trek as well, because you guys have been doing for many years a lot of Star Trek stuff, but there's been a little bit of a hiatus. So I guess my first question really is, do you guys still have the rights to any Star Trek stuff?
Yes, we still have a Star Trek license, and we are still moving forward with the Enterprise C, which a lot of people have been asking about. We released a gold version at Comic-Con a couple years back, but we're going forward with a full color version. I don't have a timeline for it. I know that everybody wants to know exactly when it's going to arrive, and I'm not 100% sure about the Reliance, if that will be after the C or if we're, where that falls on the timeline. But Enterprise C is definitely our priority for Star Trek right now.
I think you guys also had a few props as well, prop replicas that have not come out yet too. Are those still in the works, or are those kind of on the back burner for now too?
The Trek phaser was the one. The TNG Cobra phaser was the piece that we had been working on, and that's on the back burner right now.
And do you guys still have the ability to make action figures as well? I know these days, the figure line of Star Trek stuff, it's kind of in nowhere right now. I mean, we've got Exo 6 about to do 12-inch figures, Migos doing their 8-inch stuff. Other than that, Star Trek as a figure license is kind of just dead in the water. Do you guys still have rights to do that? And is there any interest in pursuing more Star Trek action figures?
I think we're done with Trek figures for now. We did a couple from the new movies. They did okay. We made so many Trek figures over the years that I think, we tried to reinvigorate it with the select style that we did, where they were more posed and came with dioramas and stuff like that. So I don't think we have any action figures in the works right now, but never say never.
So one of the things we've been talking about here during this video has been mini mates, and we haven't discussed mini mates yet either, because that's another big thing for Diamond. So what is new for mini mates and mini mates? And you could start with Marvel. You can start with any of the properties you guys might doing. They're great figures. I want to hear all about them.
Yeah, I love mini mates. We are still going ahead with Marvel. We have Series 80 is going to be coming out pretty soon. Series 81 we're going to be offering in the next month or so, and then Dark Phoenix Saga. So there's Lilandra in there, there's Gladiator, there's Corsair, as well as new versions of Cyclops and Jean. We showed off Series 82, which was Fantastic Four, and we are all still offering waves at Walgreens. They have the exclusive rights to animated series, so they have been getting waves based on Spider-Man and Avengers Assemble, and also Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think the next wave that comes out, Series 13, will actually be based on classic X-Men cartoon, so the 1990s X-Men cartoon. So we're going to go back to some of those 90s designs that everybody loves. They remain some of the most popular ones we've ever done, the comic-based ones that we did back in the day. So I think a lot of people will be looking for these these updated ones that are based on the actual cartoon. And let's see, they also still have movie mini mates at Walgreens. So we just released two packs of Black Widow mini mates, and we will be doing product based on some of the upcoming movies and TV shows. So you may have seen images of Falcon and Winter Soldier mini mates. There's two packs that are going to be coming out this summer for them, and after that, we do have a couple of more movies and TV shows in the works that we're going to be doing product based on, as well as some older movies that did not previously get mini mates. So we're going to do a little bit of backtracking as well. Otherwise, for mini mates, we have a pretty big license that we're going to be announcing in the next, I believe, by the end of February, we're going to be announcing the new license. It's sort of an umbrella deal, so there's a lot of different characters that fall under that license. But I think people will be pretty excited about it when we announce it. It's something that people have been asking for a long time, and we're finally able to do it, and they look awesome. And I think by the end of February, we're going to have the first sets up for pre-order.
So one of the things that was also very cool you guys did last year, something that you've been doing here and there, but last year you did it with Nightmare Before Christmas, and you did it with some horror licenses. You guys went back into blind boxes. So are there plans to continue blind boxes in this year as well?
Yes, we have a series that's coming out pretty soon for Disney, which is all of our Disney licenses. Let's see, so I can name them: Rocketeer, Black Hole, Pirates of the Caribbean, Alice in Wonderland, Muppets, and I think I said Rocketeer, but anyway, there's the sixth one in there as well that I'm kind of forgetting about. But 6 different Disney characters, 2 of them Johnny Depp, in in a blind box display case. So 2 of each. There's 12 in the case. So if you buy a set, you're guaranteed to get 2 sets. There's no rares or anything like that. And after that, I think we're going to be doing some. I think I'm allowed to say this, but we're going to be doing some based on Mortal Kombat. We're going to be doing some Mortal Kombat. They're in the development. Hopefully they end up going forward, but I'm looking forward to seeing those because, like I said, Mortal Kombat's been doing really well for us, and there's not a lot of little Mortal Kombat collectibles out there, so I think people will be into them.
And those minifigures that you guys did have been really great too. The detail's been wonderful. The painting has been amazing on them. I was comparing them to Funko minis, especially because that's kind of the minis everybody knows these days. But the detail and the amount of sculpting you guys did, I was blown away by it. So I really would love to see you guys do that with Mortal Kombat figures. That'd be really exciting.
Yeah, we did the Bruce Lee series of deforms, and we did an exclusive deform. You can buy the deforms, 2 deforms individually. One is an exclusive red jumpsuit Bruce Lee. You can buy it at Bruce Lee's web store, the brucelee.com's website. So you can get the one of him in his red jumpsuit, and also you can get, that's exclusive, and then you can get him in the sunglasses flashing the peace sign, which otherwise you can only get through the assortment, but you can buy it individually at the Bruce Lee store, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool that Bruce Lee's official store sells our stuff.
So here in 2021, I think it's still pretty doubtful that any Comic Cons are going to happen. Even, I don't even see New York Comic Con happening. That's pretty far along here. But, last year I know that there were some con exclusives from folks out there. I think you guys did some con exclusives and still sold them. Are there plans to do any quote unquote con exclusives this year while we're still knee deep in the pandemic?
Yes, absolutely. We did a bunch of really nice looking pieces for San Diego last year. That was where we did the Nightmare Before Christmas Black Light box set. We did the Burning Godzilla variant. We did the Tron VHS case action figure with the new VHS accurate paint job. We did a lot of really nice. Oh, Iron Giant holding the hamburger. We did a lot of sets specifically for that San Diego time frame that we sold online and through retailers. Online through just our normal Diamond Comics retailers. And we're going to do that for this San Diego as well. We did a few things for New York last year also. So if that comes around, we'll do stuff for New York. Yeah, I've seen some of the sets that we're developing. I even got to suggest a couple, which is really always fun. And they're going to be just as cool as last year. You'll see some of the same kind of things, some of the same licenses, but we've got some Marvel busts. We've got oh gosh, I don't know if I can tell what some of them are, but we've definitely got a lot of really cool sets coming out. I think we're doing another Tron set because actually we didn't do a Tron set last year. We're doing the Tron arcade set now for retailers, but we're doing another exclusive set of Tron for the convention.
And one of the really interesting things you guys announced last year was your partnership with Gentle Giant Limited. So what are plans for that for this year? What's Gentle Giant doing this year?
We have a lot of really cool pieces coming out. We've been doing a lot. We've been hitting The Mandalorian, pretty strongly because it's such a great show and it's got so many great characters in it. And also just The Mandalorian himself has multiple looks, and the child has so many different, scenes and facial expressions that we put out a couple different pieces for Mandalorian and Child, and but we're still revisiting the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy and the new trilogy. We're trying to be equal opportunity for all the different eras of Star Wars. So we've shown off a piece that's Dark Rey from Rise of Skywalker, where she's evil and has a double-bladed lightsaber. We're also making stuff like a new Darth Vader. We just recently put out a new Luke Skywalker. We're doing some stuff based on the animated series. So we just put out a statue of Ahsoka Tano, a realistic style statue. So we're doing some more based on that. We have a realistic bust of Commander Rex as he appears in Rebels. But we also have animated style busts as well. We're doing animated style busts from all the different cartoons. So we have Clone Wars, Obi-Wan and Anakin are out now. Next will be Grand Admiral Ahsoka Tano, and then Grand Admiral Thrawn from Rebels. And we've got a Darth Maul designed and sculpted as well. So I think he'll probably be the next one to come out after Thrawn.
That's a lot of very cool stuff. A lot of really awesome stuff from Gentle Giant and Diamond. So as we come to a conclusion of this interview, I got to ask you guys, what is new that we haven't talked about? Are there any new licenses that you can maybe tease us about or give us a little bit of a sneak peek about?
Yes. Yes, I'm
Such a
trying to
loaded
think if
question,
we.
isn't it?
It's there's one license. There's one group of licenses that are all under the same larger umbrella that we're going to be announcing in the next month or so. Um, I mentioned that we were going to be doing a mini mate set based on one of them. We're also going to be doing gallery dioramas. Um, but it encompasses several different franchises, TV shows, toy lines, that sort of thing. And we're gonna be announcing that end of February, I believe. There will be an official press release. We're also going to be soliciting the first couple of items end of the month, end of February. So definitely look forward to that. That's going to be a really big announcement for us. There definitely are some new ones that we're going to be working on. One is a TV show on Netflix that we're going to be doing some product based on, including action figures, I believe. Yeah, nothing I can really announce now, but we're looking to maybe announce some new products, new licenses and products in March. So we're going to put together our own little toy fair for the press and for the retailers in March. So hopefully we'll be able to announce some more stuff then. But right now in February, I can't really say too much. But I'll be sure to let everybody know as soon as I can.
Everybody out there who's watching today, go ahead and start speculating in the comments what you think that Netflix show is going to be. So this way, in a few months, we can check back here. We'll see who got it right. And again, Zach, just want to thank you so much for your generosity throughout the past few years that we've been working together, and you've been sending us so much really great stuff. And especially appreciate the fact that anybody out there who knows, if they watch our Diamond Select reviews, we are critical too. We love a lot of what you guys do, but sometimes there's things we don't like, and we're not afraid to say it. And I appreciate the fact that you guys aren't all up in arms about that either. So thank you for letting us be honest and give us a chance to view your stuff and show it off to my audience.
No, hey, thank you for the exposure and the coverage. I really appreciate it, and I'm always happy to keep sending stuff.
And for folks who are watching and who want to suggest new licenses or characters, who can they hit up? Who can they point out and be like, I want this too?
They can go to the actual DiamondSelectToys.com website, and there's a section for Ask DST, which is where you can actually send a letter to the president, Chuck Tercera, and he will actually answer it in the blog. We run Q&As on the blog where he answers everybody's questions. Now, you won't get an email response, but you'll be able to read his response. The turnaround time is usually a few weeks. Because he works pretty far in advance, but eventually we'll put a new post up. There's already a couple up there on the new site, so you can see if anybody's answered your questions already, or if somebody's already suggested the license that you're interested in. But yeah, that's a good way to do it. But if you want to check us out on socials, you can do that too. We're on Facebook, Diamond Select Toys, one word, and Instagram and Twitter, where Collect DST, one word. And definitely check us out and subscribe, because we like to throw up reminders and new releases and new pre-orders up there every month.
All right. Well, Zach, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for filling us in on all of the cool stuff that's coming out this year. Can't wait to take a look at that and beyond, because, man, I'm a big fan now. You guys got me hooked, and I think my audience out there too has become hooked to your stuff as well. So it's going to be a big year for Diamond Select, that's for sure.
Thank you.
So everybody out there who's watching at home, thanks for watching, and stick around because we've got more nerd news today. Toy Fair 2021 coming right up.